Hello, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be doing exactly what we were going to do last time. I know, I know it's been since last one I did the other half of the video. Now this is the second half. Um, just remember that we were starting from Aries, but now we're going to start from Taurus and work our way till the end. Keep in mind that if you decide to like this video, please give it a like. If you wanted to chat with me on live chat, you can ask me one question and I'll give you one answer. This is how it is at the moment, all right? As you can see, that while I'm trying to tell you this, because I'll tell you about the playing cards is that this is how it is at the moment. All right, these things will take time. You can do you versus them versus you, whatever it is. But that's how it is at the moment. All right. Keep in mind that everything will be good, and I hope it will be right. And I know that this is very good. All right. The way how I feel, the way how I act is pretty good, right? When I decide to talk to all of you, is that I'm like trying to teach you something. Teaching you something is a good way of learning something new, right? The point being is that in my own readings that I'm going to do is that I'll be doing you versus them, right? If you're on my left side, you're on my left side. If you're on my right side, you're on my right side. It doesn't matter. The point being is that it's the readings, all right? If they are very good, then they are very good. But you have to understand that things could go your way, things will go to my way, whatever it is, right? And I know that these were kind of specific, right? Um, and this is why it kind of is very good, right? And it's not trippy, as I can say. Uh, Further ado, let's get started here. As you can see, is that the Ace of Hearts. The Ace of Hearts represents water signs in the playing cards, and even the Nine of Hearts represents playing cards as well. These things will be good at the moment, and this is how it is at the moment, right? This is how you can see it as a way how it is at the moment, and this is how very it is at the moment, all right? Like, this is why it is at the moment, right? Now I know that this card here, the Nine of Hearts, is reversed, but it's upside down, right? And if I do it this way, it's still upside down. The point being is that what I'm saying is that the Ace of Hearts represents a home, right? The Nine of Hearts represents a different way, a different perspective. And as you can see, that's how it is, right? And this is how the readings are. I know I'll keep going with this reading, but I hope so. All right. So let's go. Let's go. All right. So I'll be doing you versus them in a different way. Knowing I'll be maybe doing these cards, maybe I don't know, but I'll keep it as that resonates. And we will start with personal growth is Moon in Taurus. Self-esteem. Self-esteem is basically a very good way of knowing about that. Self-esteem is that where you're trying to take it as hmm, well. Uh, just ease off stress. All right, just ease off stress. Stress is maybe almost a negative feeling, but you need to take that out. Now, keep in mind that we have you versus them. First, I'll do one side, and I'll do the other side. Right? If you're on the left side, you're here. If you're on the right side, you're here. All right? So this is how it is at the moment. Keep in mind that these will switch, as you can see, and I hope that they will. Right? I hope that'll be it. So keep in mind. Oh, did you see that? Yeah, you did. So we have you versus them. So we have two cards here, and I'll try to read, and I'll try to do this as a way. So we have the magician is upright, and we have the strength card is reversed. There's something going on in this picture here. Strength card is like you don't have very much strength, you could be losing it all. But you have the magician. The magician is between pointing to heaven or pointing to earth or whatever it is. That's how you're trying to see it that way. You're trying to have motivation, you're trying to get whatever you wanted. This is how it is at the moment. On the opposite side, what is the opposite of the magician for them? We have two cards here. All right. So we have the King of Pentacles and we have the Devil. All right. So the point being is that in this picture is that them is having the Devil energy, then you have the Magician energy. It's very different. Now, the King of Pentacles represents Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. But you know what? You are doing exactly what you're trying to do. There is a way how you can try to do this the right way or the wrong way. The right way is that you're gonna be very good at this position. The bad way is that you're trying to turn this around, right? Like for them, they have the bad situation. So, won't further ado, I'll keep this very spread out like this. This is how it is at the moment, right? These things will try to take time, but exactly how it is, right? Exactly. Now, let's see. Tell me something. Well, there's one card. Well, that didn't shuffle. Let's see. All right, so the High Priestess is there. All right, so maybe you're using that. Now, them have something different. Well, let's see. What's the opposite of the Devil for them? Right, so we have that. So let's see. All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now there's some kind of a beginning that is going on. Like, see how this is like almost like a picture here? It's exactly like a picture. Now, not only that, in this video, we keep going like this. We have to understand that we can try to understand this part. Exactly. Now, keep in mind while I'll try to do something here. Let me try to find a good way to describe this because this is very very how it is at the moment. All right, it's It's a different way how you're looking at this. And keep in mind, I'm doing this as what the reading is saying. All right. So tell me something that represents this situation here for Taurus. All right. So we have that. We have that. All right. So we have this. All right. So we have this, so that we in that over here. And now look at that. So as you can see, because I'll put this my well here, we have page of air, logical, honest, impulsive, and curious. Challenging information, delays or changes to, to plans. Truth, truth delivered without uh, lacked or tact. Yeah, TACT. Yeah. And I'll try to read you that because basically that's how it is. Um, let's see how that is. Let's see. Yeah, let's yeah, let's read. Right, so let's see. 109, it says, page of air, it says situations. You will likely receive new information that represents a challenge or delays. The messages may come from someone who speaks bluntly and without thoughtfulness. But don't take it personally. What's important is the message, not the messenger. People. A youth who is often intelligent, honest, and endlessly curious. A person who is analytical with a brilliant intellect and who can reveal the truth behind situations. Fair, logical, unemotional, impulsive. Additional meanings of this card: a new challenge, a contract or agreement, constructive cri- criticism, legal matters, and gossip. See, here's the thing about this, all right? You must remember that, let's say, for example, you are a lady, right? Because you're the high priestess. When you are the guy who's the king of pentacles, you're the guy, right? Now, when this says about challenging information, delays, or change to plans, it means that you're trying to pick your own situation. Situations can go left and right. You must remember that, right? There has to be a conquest. It's like you are trying to have a good way of knowing what to do. Exactly. This is how it is at the moment, all right? These things will take time. You have to take time. And timing is perfect, right? But you must remember that you must learn from this situation, all right? I know it kind of is a very different reading, like why you're doing this, spirited out. Good question. Well, because I'm trying to tell you what the cards are saying, right? You have to you have to have this as like almost like a make believe. Like you have to believe in order to succeed, right? That's how it is at the moment, right? I know it kind of is seems to be very different, but you must remember that it's almost like saying seeing is believing. You have to believe in order to almost receive, or you have to believe in miracles because miracles do happen. for lots of people, for example. And I know that if someone here is having a delays or change to plans or true delivered or without tact or anything like that, it's hard, right? It's hard, and hard is a very good way, right? It's a good word, right? Because you have to understand that the readings can be very subtly different, like unchangeable, which means that they have unchanged. But that's why I have to go from one card to another card to another card to another card to make it as a big picture. All right, Taurus. I know that this has to be going on and on and on and on, but you must remember, you must consider the following, right? That's how that this is very good, right? You have to remember that you can understand that this is going to be good or not, but you must remember that. You must. And that's why this is a good reading. This is good to tell you what's happening, right? If you for example to have delays or change to plans, like changing of plans, whatever it would be, then do it for the last minute. Like do it as the last minute, right? That's what you have to do. Exactly. And when you have the devil that's upright, it means that you could be having violence. You could have bad language. You can say so many bad words or anything like that. Like it's it's a pain here, right? It's a pain in your backside or your butt, or anything like that. It's a pain, right? And I know that this has to be focused on you and not me, but this is how the reading is. All right, Taurus. I hope that this will be okay for you, and I hope it will be fantastic. Just do what you need to do. All right, that's how you have to do. All right, sounds good. All right, let's move on. So let's move on to this next reading that I'll be doing. So just do what you need to do. If you're the magician, you're on my left side. If you're the King of Pentacles, you're on my right side. All right. Hang on. All right. So the next reading, because I'm already done with that. Should I stay or go? Moon and Gemini. Indecision. Sounds something very unusual, Gemini. I don't know what that would be. But let's see what's happening, shall we? What's going on for Gemini? Tell me something that is, yeah. Right, so we're going to be doing you, and then we're going to do them. So we have the Nine of Pentacles is reversed, and we have the Justice that is reversed. That's very interesting in this reading. That's very interesting, right? So tell me something that is the opposite of the Nine of Pentacles. So we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Nine of Cups. There's something going on in this. This way you have water energy, I can tell. Basically, it means that it's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces in this area. So it's on your right side. This is on your left side. Now I wonder what's going on with the Nine of Pentacles here. That is very unusual. There's something going on here. So let's see. What's the opposite of the Nine of Pentacles for Gemini? The Eight of Pentacles. All right, so there's something you're not having you are having a bad career. You're not looking for a career anymore. Something has just messed you up. That's very that's very weird of you, Gemini. And you're not weird, but the reading is weird. It is because it's like you versus them. Like you know, it's like you're trying to decide of knowing what's right and not wrong. But tell you the truth, Gemini, that this is this is absolutely a no-go. This is absolutely a no-go, which means that you're not looking for a career. You're having enough with it. Absolutely. Like it's absolutely here. Like absolutely. Because the point being is that in this picture is that this is how it is at the moment. Uh, and it's right. Right. That's how it is at the moment. These things will try to take time, and this is how it kind of is at the moment. And I know why, right? Consideration, right? You have to have consideration. You have to believe in yourself, right? It doesn't matter that you have to unbelieve, but you can believe, right? You have to believe in yourself to do this. Now, the point being is that in this picture, there's something wrong to this picture. And I believe that I'll do another what the what the angels are saying because might as well. We're going to do one card opportunity for this situation here. And it says the Ten of Air. The end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. Now let's see what's going on, Gemini, in this picture. There's something going on here, right? And let's yeah, let's see that. Ten of Air, it says, the situation has ended, fortunately. Endings are always followed by new beginnings. You may feel sadness over what has transpired. mixed with welcome relief. It is time to walk away and embrace the dawning of a new day. Expect your circumstances to improve. It may be time to change your career. Perhaps you have completed a long-term project or have decided to pursue other employment. Don't put limits on what wonderful things the universe can bestow. Cast your net wide and see what fantastic opportunities you might catch. Additional meanings of this card: nowhere to go but up, recovering from addiction, and a melora- melodramatic reaction. Yeah, so if you're recovering from addiction, nowhere to go but up. You know, it reminds me a song, right? And the song is basically that. Um, basically, basically, this reminds me of, oh goodness sakes, uh, nowhere but to go is up, and it means that, uh, you know, when you are from the ground, you're gonna work your way to go upwards, right? That's what you have to do, right? But the song that reminds me is Mary Poppins Returns, number two movie. And that movie is a very good movie. If you see the ending before, you have to listen to the song. If you really like that, you should go ahead and watch it. It's very peaceful movie. It's funny, it's awesome, but the thing is, like I'm gonna say, is that that's what it is, right? It kind of is knowing about what's there for you, and I know that that's kind of like almost like unappreciated or anything that involves that, you know. And I know why it seems to be that, right? Um, and I know that it seems to be very like a different way of knowing what to do, like exactly how it is, right? You have to believe in order to succeed and know what's happening, right? And I know it is, right? uh, but this is how it is at the moment, right? These things will take time, right? And while it is at the moment, you have to understand that, Gemini. If you do the right thing and you know exactly and you're recovering from addiction or anything like that, by all means that, get a counselor, or someone will help you, or just think about that you can do it by yourself. You don't always have to go to, I don't know, some kind of, I don't know, arcade. Like, maybe you're addicted to go to an arcade and you keep going and going and going, and you think, why I'm doing this, why I'm going to an arcade for. An arcade is like, video games and stuff, right? It but in that terms is that you'd be addicted to go to the arcade. If you stop going to the arcade so much, then you have to just step back and know what's happening. You know, that's what you have to choose, right? And you must remember that things will take time. And, time is like money, like. But long story short is that if you do this and it will help you and guide you and know exactly what you're going to do, then fine, right? That's how it is at the moment, right? Um, and I know how that is a good feeling, and I know it seems to be that everything can be good, right? Exactly how that is. But anyway, long story short is that this is how the reading is. All right, Gemini, you have to know that, right? You have to do that. You have to you have to take it as like almost like a grain of sand. But no, no, let's not stop there. Um, but that's how it is, right? That's how it would be. So that's how it is at the moment. If you like it, let's keep going and let's keep going. All right. So I'll put that, and then we're almost there. A sensitive, introspective phase. Moon in Cancer. Belonging. Well, there's something going on in this picture. Is there anything that's happening for Cancer? I can't shuffle very much, but I'll try. Alright, so we have the King of Wands reversed, and we have the Seven of Pentacles is upright. Interesting with that. Alright, so what's the opposite of the King of Wands for Cancer? Alright, so we have the Page of Wands is upright, and we have the Five of Cups. So this is interesting. You have Earth, water, and fire. That's just very interesting. This is like 9 zodiac signs here, but let's not keep let's not. Uh, I'll try to see this in a different way. Like, what's the opposite of the King of Wands that represents Cancer? The Ten of Wands is reversed. That's interesting with that one. Hmm. There's something going on here. There's something going on. It's hard to think about this. It's very hard. You know why? Let me explain. This is how it is at the moment. These things will try to take time in this way here. Like, let's see what's happening. The Five of Earth. Fears surrounding money. The wisdom to accept help from others. Uncertain self-employment. Well, let me explain this to you. Let me explain about that. Hmm. Like, that's very, yeah, let's see. You're too focused upon what you don't have, and mentally a lack is creating a lack reality. Through the law of attraction, help is close by, but your pessimism is preventing you from recognizing it. It is time to recesses your thoughts. The words you use and your beliefs about money. Start complaining and accept any assistance that is offered. Fortunately, matters are going to improve and your unpleasant feelings are only temporary. In the meantime, it is important that you care for your physical and emotional health. Additional means of discard: uncertain self-employment, financial downturns, unsuccessfully legal battles. Exactly, exactly. You're trying to, you know, you're trying to knowing about what's happening, right? Um, and it's true, Cancer. You have to have a good way of knowing what to do, all right? Because you must remember that things are going to be good. But if you keep going on this path and you're trying to look at things in a different way, you're trying to subscribe, you're trying to do whatever you want, that's fine, you know. But it's very different, right? Um, like it means that while I'm trying to think of the Ten of Wands reversed, like let me read about that because that's very unusual. Extra responsibility is weighing you down. You're trying to do all the things, yet you're struggling under the weight of it all. Delegate and share the work around. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Exactly. Exactly. If you need someone to help you, then you need help. Exactly. And help is good. Better than having no help at all. And it's true. Because it's like how this reading is at the moment. All right. And it's a very different reading, right? I'm not gonna say all the nine zodiac signs in this picture because that'd be a lot. You imagine how many it would be, all right? Let's keep going here. This is how it is at the moment. You have to remember that this is how you see things, my point of view. My point of view. If you look at yourself at the page of wands on them and you for them, you're like this lizard, right? You are this lizard. This lizard is trying to say where I'm gonna go, left or right, or I forgot something. Now remember how about that, right? You forgot something. What you forget, right? Or or this could be you. Maybe you are the five of cups because you are the lady who's her and she's trying to get that cup. Like it means that she has to understand what's happening, right? She has to understand that how can she get that cup? It's far away. Like she has to try to get there, right? But you have to do that, right? You have to take your time, right? It's like a race. You have to keep going until you get to the finish line. And if you get to the finish line, you get to the finish line, right? That's how it is. All right. So Do what you can do, Cancer. It's basically that, and I hope that this will be good. All right. Thanks. Do what you can. Let your inner hero out. Moon in Leo. Heroism. What's going on with Leo? This is going to be a very different reading for you. Different reading. And it's going to be a different, yeah, it will be a different reading because I'm going to do this, and then I'll be doing this. So this is going to be a different reading. It will be more than that, but I'll do this. Let's see. So we have the Queen of Swords reversed, and we have the Queen of Pentacles, right? Two of Cups is reversed, and you have the World that is reversed. That is incomplete. Someone is is incomplete with something, and incomplete is a no-no because you don't want to procrastinate, putting it off on the back burner. You know what I mean? Exactly. You have to remember that things will try to take time. Exactly. And this is how it is at the moment, all right? Gonna make more space here. So that's how it is at the moment, right? Like these things will take time. And it means that, like, when I look at the Two of Cups, it almost represents that you have friendships. But when you turn that off, you have no friendship. You're like, say, why I'm going to do this? Why I have to do everything? Why I have to don't want to be friends with somebody or anything like that. You know, Leo, you have to go with the flow, right? You have to go with the flow. And if you go with the flow, that's fine. If you don't go with the flow, then it's like, oh me, oh my, right? Right? But that's how it is at the moment. Okay, like, yeah. But that's how it is. All right, this is how it is at the moment. Let's see. Two of Earth. Too much going on at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. Exactly. Exactly how that is. Exactly. Now, let's see what's happening. It says, you're doing too much. You may experience financial instability or have too much projects on your plate. You're feeling stressed, yet you're managing to maintain the status quo at work and home. If you're considering a career change, keep your current job and slowly transition to the new one. The situation you are inquiring about requires a decision from you. Stay open to creative ideas or new perspectives. If you're struggling to make a choice, try a more playful approach. If you lighten up, you may easily find the answer. Additional meanings of this card: dealing with change, working multiple jobs, the need to balance your budget, the ability to adapt. Exactly, exactly. You are dealing with change. Not the change of money that you have in your pocket. No, not that kind of change. You have to change things around, right? Um, exactly. Because when I look at the World card, it means incomplete. When I look at the Two of Cups, it means that you're not looking for friendships. Your friendships are off. You're not gonna look at anything else with that. You know, and the Queen of Pentacles, represents, like, if you're a lady in this picture and you are doing whatever you want, fine. But this means between a woman or a man, all right? Now, coincidentally, because that's a good word to say this, is that this is how it is at the moment, all right? Now, here's the thing. What's the opposite of the Queen of Swords for you? All right. So we have the King of Pentacles is reversed. That's not good. You're losing money, and that's a bad thing. What's the opposite of the? Oh, I'm not going to take two. I'll take that one. Put that there. Let's see. We have the Five of Swords. There's something going on here in this picture. Like, it's almost like you're trying to not have conflict, right? You don't want to have conflict, and conflict is a no-no, and that's bad. That's actually bad energy, right? That's a no-no. That's a no-no. You have to remember that this is how it is at the moment, right? When you go from the left side, you're going towards the right side. Because when I look at the lady here and look at the lady here, it's like this is how this is and this is how this is, right? Both ladies are not getting along if you see that here and here. Queen of Pentacles is upright and the Five of Swords is upright, all right? That's how that is because they're not getting along if you see that. And I'll read that what the Five of Swords represents that. So let me read that. Let's see. The Five of Swords. Five of Swords is you have been engaging in a win-lose conflict. Trust has been broken, and you feel that you're acting in competition with others, rather than in collaboration. Look for common ground or seek forgiveness to move forward. Exactly. Exactly how that is. If you focus on your own stuff and you do what you normally do, that's fine. But that's why these things will take time. Exactly how that is. You have to you have to focus. And focus is like almost like reality. Almost. But it's not. You have to do this as according to my plan. Alright? If you have my own plan, this is how this is. If you don't have a plan, well then you're gonna make your own plan, right? This is how it is at the moment, right? This is how you have to understand that this can be a good direction or not. But this is how it is at the moment, all right? All right, Leo, just do your best. Because if you're you, you're here. If you are them, you're here. This is how it is at the moment. And this just describes of what's going on. All right, like that's what I read to you. That's how it is. Read to you in red. You know what I mean? This is how it is. All right. Right. Next one. The the chance to boost health and vitality leads to satisfaction. Moon in Virgo. Contentment. Yeah, there's something going on in this picture. Let's see. Do one card at a time. Right. So tell me something that represents Virgo. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands, it's reversed. And we have the Emperor is reversed. That's very interesting. All right. All right. For you, what's the opposite of the Six of Wands? For them, what's the opposite of the Emperor? All right, so now Virgo, you have the world that is reversed, and that is incomplete. For them, they had the Magician that is reversed. There's something going on in this picture. Why is there? Yeah, why is there like? Why is there different cards are reversed? Why? Like why? Hmm. What's the opposite of the World card that represents Virgo? And what's the opposite of the Magician for them? So we have the Emperor is reversed on this side. And we have the Page of Wands reversed on this side. There's something going on in this picture, Virgo. Like, are you doing something that I'm not supposed to say what you're doing, Virgo? That's a very good question. This is how a different reading is. A different reading. Like, goodness gracious. Like it's almost like an unbelievable reading. It's like bad, I tell you, bad. But it's not because there's always reverse cards. Like reverse, 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 reverse. Like it's unbelievable. It's very unbelievable. All right, it is, Virgo. It is. Like, ay, ay, ay. It's almost like me losing my mind, but I'm not. Ha ha ha. Very funny. Yeah, I'm not. But this is how it is at the moment. Like, this is how the readings are. Like, what's happening with this? Like, let's see. The Five of Earth. Fear surrounding money, the wisdom to adapt, to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. Exactly. So let's see what's happening in this one if we don't know. So let's see. You're too focused upon what you don't have, and mentally of black is creating a lack reality through the law of attraction. Help is close by, but your pessimism is preventing you from recognizing it. It is time to reassesses your thoughts, the words you use, and your beliefs about money. Start complaining and accept any assistance that is offered. Fortunately, matters are going to improve and your unpleasant feelings are only temporary. In the meantime, it is important that you care for your physical and emotional health. Additional meanings of this card is uncertain self-employment, financial downturns, unsuccessful legal battles. Exactly. Exactly. If you're trying to have the wisdom to accept help from others, you must you must remember that. You must need that. If you try to do exactly what you're going to do, then try that. You know, this is how that this reading is, right? It seems to be that this is like almost like a conquest thing or not, and you have to remember that the cards are just cards. You know, you have to understand that this is a reading here, right? Because this is how I can see it this way. But having something that is incomplete, you know, it's not a worthwhile. It's like it's like failing science, like in a classroom. That's kind of hard, if you keep failing and failing and failing and failing, you're going to lose that class. You're going to lose that, right? And I'm not trying to be mean to you, Virgo, but I'm just trying to put this out for you. Is that if you try to put this into a different way, then sure, by all means, do what you can. But this is what the readings are, all right? This is how it is at the moment. These things can be very subtitle, but they're not. You have to you have to believe. You have to understand what's happening, all right? That's how that is, all right? That's how it is, all right, Virgo? Do what you can, all right? On to the next one. Bring peace to your life and your relationships will flourish. Moon in Libra. Love. Is there something going on with the Libra nowadays? All right, let's see. So we have the Nine of Wands is reversed. Wow, the Six of Swords is upright. And we have the Page of Pentacles is reversed. All right. So that could be you. How about them? Queen of Pentacles is reversed. We have the Eight of Wands. Something is different with this reading, I can tell. Um, because, yeah, like there's something different here. Now let's see. Tell me something was the opposite of the Queen of Pentacles reversed. The Five of Pentacles is upright. There's something going on in this reading. Like, you have air and earth at the same time, like, you know what I mean? Because this is how it is at the moment. Like you have to, goodness gracious. Like for them, they're traveling somewhere, and you, like when the Five of Swords came, it would be conflict. Six of Swords is a different way. So let's see. You're in a state of transition, a physical move, a rite of passage, or a mental shift of some kind. You're leaving behind what was familiar and comfortable to move forward the unknown. This is essential for your growth. Exactly. Exactly. You are actually saying that it's time to move on. It's like time to move on to a different reading. This this reading is okay. That's fine. But you have to remember that energies can switch. Um, when you have when you have the way of having upright cards, that's fine. But having reverse cards, that's a complete opposite. And I know that, right? Completing opposite, it's like having to choose of having the left side or having the right side. You know, if you are them, you're on the right side. If you are left, you're on this side. That's how it is, right? But you know what, Libra? If you are doing this as much as you can, go for it. Like I'm happy for you. But you have to consider this as a beautiful reading for you. And it is, right? You have you have to do this. And I can see why. This is why it happens, right? This is why it kind of is continuing on. And I know exactly this is it, right? And this is how the readings are showing me this. Because the point being is that while I'm trying to get to the next reading here, sooner than later, this is how I'm going to see it my way. Like, let's see this as how it is, right? Let's see. The Five of Air. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. right? That's what this one is. But let's read. Let's read what it says. Uh, it says this situation hasn't worked out the way you would hope, but you can try again. Your power lies not in how all the chips fall, but in how you handle yourself moving forward. You may now feel that the cost of this venture is too high. Carefully evaluate the way events have transpired in order to gain valuable lessons for your future. Someone in this situation isn't coming from a place of integrity. The desire to win is so strong that this individual will ignore others' needs. Review everyone's motives, including your own. Do what you can to foster a win-win resolution. Additional meanings of this card: unwise choices. It is a desire for revenge, thinking only of oneself, or gloating. And I don't know what gloating means, but this is how I'm trying to say. You know, if someone is ignoring your needs, and ignoring all the, and it's not right to ignore someone. For example, it's not, but it is hard, right? Ignoring is, uh, like, for example, I'll give you a beautiful example. Ignoring is like, you know how you receive a text and you're texting and texting and texting, and let's say your friends are responding, that's fine. But when you try to text and text and text and they don't respond, it's like they're ignoring you. They're not going to they're not going to text you back and say, "All right, let's go and text some more," or you know, "I'll reply to all your messages," whatever it is. That's what ignoring is. You're trying to not pest somebody. You're not trying to pestering them. You're not trying to be ignorant or anything like that. You're trying to obey how your own feelings are, and your own actions or words. That's how it is at the moment, right? Exactly how I'm saying this, Libra. I know that this is kind of like a almost like the contrary thing, but it's not. You have to you have to understand that if you take the right way, exactly how that is. All right. If you take it the long way, it's like, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to help you. But you know what? You must remember that if someone is not ignoring you, for example, that's fine, right? That's fine. But you can do whatever you want to do, right? Like, it's a good example that I'm saying about ignoring, like someone says text and they're not responding. You have to wait and wait and wait and wait until they respond. And who's they? Maybe your friends or your family members or whatever, right? That's how that this situation is, right? If you need help, then ask for it. If you need someone to talk to, just wait. Waiting is a perfect way of having a win-win resolution, because you're solving it. You are knowing what to expect. You know, when I when I reveal this card, the Eight of Wands represents, like, traveling. You are doing that, right? If you're them, you're traveling. You're doing the much travel as you most have. For them, for you, From the Five of Swords, it represents conflict. Now you're moving ahead. You're moving forward. You're not having conflict anymore. You're doing what is happening, right? This is how it is, Libra. You have to consider this as a good structure, a good way knowing of knowing what's happening. All right, truth to be told, that's how it is, Libra. If you can do this, you're gonna go from a long way of your own path, and you must consider this as a good reputation of a good reading. All right, less is than I say more, which means that you can do more than less, or less is more. You know, that's how that is. All right, that's how it is. Just remember that things will do whatever you want them to do. Right? We're almost done. We're almost done. A change in your emotional life. Moon in Scorpio. Transformation. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening. Alright, let's see. Page of Swords is upright. Three of Wands is upright. And the Seven of Swords reversed. That's very interesting. Alright. Wheel of Fortune is reversed. Ooh. And the Moon. Why on earth is the Wheel of Fortune reversed? That is bad luck. Someone's having bad luck, I can tell. And I don't know if this is a good reading or not. But it is pathetic. If you want to know what pathetic is, look it up on the internet. This is how it is. It's absolutely irresponsible reading. Then I can tell it's not good because of the Wheel of Fortune is reversed. So let's see. What's the opposite of the Wheel of Fortune for Scorpio? The Page of Wands is upright. Yeah, there's something going on in this picture here. Like, you must remember that, like the Seven of Swords reversed. Like, let me see this that way. Let's see that. You feel like a fraud, but this is fear talking. Get off your head and trust that you have what you need to make your new venture a success. Exactly. If you focus on the positive, you do this the right way. There's no unfashion about it. This is how that if you see it one way, you're seeing it the other way. If you believe in your own self, you're believing in your own self. But this is not a confession or anything that is unusual. The unusual is you have for them you have for them has the unlock card, which means they are feeling unlucky. For you, if you're looking at the Page of Swords, the Three of Wands, you're doing the best as you can, and I'm happy for you. Like bravo, like that means good. That means like you're welcome in French or something, or thank you in French. Now, while not stopping you with this, is that you have to consider this as a good way. You have to understand that if you have motivation, you're doing this as a good way. All right. When you don't have motivation, you just think like, which way I'm gonna go, left or right. You know, if I look at this card and am I going left or are you going right? That's how that is, right? When you look at yourself in a different direction, you are trying to say that, right? Like that's how that is. And it seems to be imaginable, like a different imagination. And it is, right? So let's not stop this reading here. Let's keep going. This is how it is at the moment, right? These things will take time, and time is good, right? When I when I look at the Wheel of Fortune reversed, yes, it means bad luck. Yes, it is. But when I see it a different way, like good luck when it's upright, that's fine. But it doesn't stop you there. It doesn't stop like that. And I know that, right? I know. But this is how it is at the moment. And I can see that. So, this is how it is at the moment. You just have to remember that this is how you can see it this way. Like, let's see. Let's see what this card is. The Ten of Air. The end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. But let me read this. All right, let's read. Yeah. The situation has ended. Fortunately, endings are always followed by new beginnings. You may feel sadness over what has transpired, mixed with welcome relief. It is time to walk away, embrace the dawning of a new day. Expect your circumstances to improve. It may be time to change your career. Perhaps you have completed a long-term project or have decided to pursue other employment. Don't put limits on what wonderful things the universe can bestow. Cast your net wide and see what fantastic opportunities you might catch. The additional means of this card is nowhere to go but up. Recovery from addiction. A Mildor a Mil mellow, dramatic reaction. So that's how it is, right? If you picture yourself of walking upstairs or something, or you know, that's how it is, right? Because if you have this as the right of way, that's fine. If you don't have the right of way, then that's not good. But remember, Scorpio, you have to have this as a good motivation skill. If you have a skill, go ahead and do it. If you don't have a skill, well then you have me to tell you what to do or not tell you what to do. I'm teaching you something. You can do whatever you want, right? But the point being is that what I'm saying this is how it has to take that, right? You have to do this as a good way of knowing what to do, right? Exactly. But this is how it kind of is at the moment, right? And I know that. So just remember that this is how it is, and I hope that this is a good reading for you, Scorpio. Just do what you can, all right? Just see things from a different point of view, all right? All right. And last but not least, freedom and adventure. Moon in Sagittarius. Discovery. What's going on with Sagittarius? So we have the Five of Swords is reversed. King of Pentacles is reversed. And we have the Queen of Swords is upright. All right. So we have the Three of Swords is upright. And we have the Sun. All right. There's something going on in this situation. Someone could have heartbreak, means that you're having, I don't know, you're feeling sad, or you could have depression or anything like that, anxiety, whatever that is. It's a pain. It's very a pain situation. You're not having any more conflict because it's off for you. That's fine. But the King of Pentacles, that is very, very substantial, which means that you're losing money big time, and that's very bad. And it's your situation, not mine. It's your situation. You have to change things around. Obviously, you do. So it's like, yeah, it's just, yeah, like you're in a bad situation here. Tell you the truth, Sagittarius, you are in a bad situation. This is how bad it gets, and that's what this reading is. Like really, it's bad. But anyway, that's how that is. All right, and let's read this, and then this is how it is. Well, I'll read a I'll read a different one. The Knight of Air. It says intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options. Creative solutions. So let's read about that. Situations. Events in your life go into high speed. Your plans can now be implemented, and you should see a great deal of activity. Intellect and creativity rule the day, so adopt non-traditional viewpoints. Take the time to consider choices carefully. People, it says, an extremely intelligent person who has the ability to act fast and think even faster. A genuine go-getter who is unstoppable in support of a cause. Idealistic, decisive, knowledgeable, tireless, assertive, sometimes tactless. Additional means of discard. An unanticipated situation or conflict. Impulsive decision. A knight in shining armor. Yeah, so if you have an unanticipated situation or conflict, I am gonna say this right towards you, Sagittarius. Exactly. If you change your habits, if you change your perspective of having no negativity whatsoever, then that's fine. But if you do have negativity, and even if you have this card here, the Three of Swords, and you're having depression and you're not not okay, then you have to make your own decision. You have to face that, oh, I'm gonna do exactly what I'm going to do. Fine. That's fine. But remember that if you change your right away, like it's like a yield sign. You wait until you go and move on, right? But you have to wait. You can't go through and then all of a sudden you just have an oncoming vehicle coming. You know what I mean? But you have to wait. You have to wait because Sagittarius, if you have freedom and adventure, that's what it says on your card. That's what you have to do, right? If you want to have freedom and adventure, and you want to go and do what you can, fine. But this has to stop. You know, losing money, that's a pain in your butt. And the five of swords, like, good thing it's not upright to you, but it's reversed, right? And that's a good thing. But having that card as an upright position, it's a no-no. It's absolutely a no-no because that means conflict, and that's a bad. It's a bad situation. All right. Now the point being is that before this reading is going to end soon. This is how it is at the moment. All right. I know it's very how it is at the moment. You can see it as a different way. You can see it as a good way. But just remember that things will try to go your way or none at all. All right. And I know that's the truth because if you try to have no heartbreak, which means no crying over something or whatever, there's a way of putting it, all right? And I'm going to say this right towards my own heart, right? Never cry over spilt milk because, you know, yes, it's saddening. Yes, it is. It is right, and it's a good emotion. But you have to understand that if you see it as a different way, then that's fine. And and I know that that's a good good saying, like a good old saying. Never cry over spilled milk, or you know, this week a wheel gets the oil, or whatever that is, right? You have to change your roots. Maybe you change your own category, or you need to change something around. And and you know that's how that is. All right. But before I gotta go, there's only one thing that you must remember, that this reading is a good way of believing. All right. And you have to you have to understand of what's happening around you, not what's going on around you, but what's happening, and do the right thing, Sagittarius. All right. Do your much. Bye for now.